we're going to stack our thoughts. We're going to use repetition to trigger a stronger emotional response within us. This raises our energy and builds momentum, so each subsequent thought becomes easier and easier and easier. Hello, and welcome to The Joy Within, where we're eliminating negativity one thought at a time. I'm Kyle Greenfield, and I'll be your guide as we explore how to be calm, confident, and happy in our crazy modern world. Join us each week as we dive into some of the biggest ideas in spirituality and personal development. We'll learn what it takes to gain control of your own mind, master your mood, and navigate the many ups and downs along the way. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started so you can become the calm, confident, and happy person you truly deserve to be. Hello, and welcome back to the Joy Within's podcast. Today, I want to talk about a fundamental principle that, if you learn how to work with it, can make it much, much easier for you to think positive and productive thoughts. Because if you prioritize this, you won't have to try to think more positively. You won't have to force yourself to think something that sounds good. Positive thoughts will just come to you naturally and effortlessly as you go about your day. But you have to practice this technique. It's a process that I like to think of as stacking thoughts in your favor. You can't guarantee that you'll never have a negative thought ever again, but you can make it massively more likely that your next thought will be positive, because you can train yourself to allow calm, inspiring, and fulfilling thoughts to dominate your mind. The technique has everything to do with the way that you focus. Now, you've probably already heard that you get what you focus on. And when it comes to our individual happiness, I always say that when you focus on the joy that is already present in your life, your world becomes more and more joyful. But we don't often think about the mechanism that's behind that and how we can use it in our favor, how we can use it to consciously create a better state of mind for ourselves. And that's what this technique is for. You can use it whenever you want to feel happier, more peaceful, more fulfilled, or more empowered or more productive. The method is versatile. How you use it is up to you. So, at its core, this technique of thought stacking is about learning how to spontaneously generate your next thought to be more helpful than the last. And when I say that it's more helpful, I mean that it's deliberately moving you further down whatever emotional state you choose. So if you want to be happy, it helps you feel happier. If you want to be calm, it helps you feel calmer. If you want to be productive and master the grind, it helps you to do that too. To use this strategy, begin with any thought that you choose, something that starts to point you in the direction of where you want to go. I'll use an example to practice gratitude. So you might look around and say something like, I like that flower. Now, the way most people practice gratitude, they might say that, or maybe write it in a journal, and then move on. So they'd say, I'm grateful for this flower, and then they'd immediately look for something else. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the sunny day today, and so on and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with practicing gratitude in that way. It's still training your mind to look for positive things in your life, and that's great. But this is the Joy Within, and we're not going to settle for your average gratitude practice. We can do better. We can make it more powerful, so you don't have to look for these thoughts. You can feel inspired to them. So instead of moving on immediately from that first statement, I really like that flower, we're going to stack our thoughts. We're going to use repetition to trigger a stronger emotional response within us. This raises our energy and builds momentum. So each subsequent thought becomes easier and easier and easier. It might sound like this. I really like these flowers. No, really, they're actually quite beautiful. I'm so lucky to have them here. I'm so lucky to be able to look up from my desk and see such exquisite beauty right in front of me. I like looking at these flowers. I like taking a moment to appreciate them. The petals look so soft and inviting. The colors are so distinct. They're so beautiful. And the smell is really, really nice. I'm so grateful to have them here. It's so wonderful to have these flowers in front of me. I love looking at them. Now, ask yourself, how does that feel? It only took a few seconds, but I'm betting that it completely changed your emotional state. After a few moments, your energy lifts, and you start to feel on a roll with whatever it is that you're saying. Each thought starts to flow into the next, and the next, and the next, without you needing to think about it. That's the power of thought stacking. And if you keep this up for a few more seconds, you might find yourself branching out, feeling inspired to think positively about other subjects, but all in a way that is effortless, natural, and flowing. The key here is the repetition. Just start repeating the point of gratitude in slightly different ways, from very slightly different angles. If you were to analyze what you're saying, and don't actually analyze it, but if you were to, it would seem redundant. And that's the whole point. You're repeating thoughts long enough to build up the energy behind them. This kickstarts your momentum, and pretty soon, better and better feeling thoughts just come. That's thought stacking. In this example, I used a simple gratitude statement to illustrate the process. But I want to be clear that you can do this with any subject and kickstart any emotional state that you choose. If you're a Happiness University member, you can find more on how to practice this, how to get really, really good at building your momentum in our path of positivity. And I recommend that you check out the Positive Energy Rampages for more guided examples using this exact process. Just sit back and listen to them as you would a meditation, letting the words flow over you, letting them raise your energy without you having to think anything. The whole point is that you can practice this technique wherever you are. Just keep repeating related thoughts about something until you feel inspired to your next thought. Keep your focus long enough to feel that next, better thought start to arise naturally within you. Like I said before, this can take a little bit of practice to get used to it. The first few times you try it, it might feel odd or uncomfortable or unusual in some way. But if you stick with it, if you stick it through, I think you'll be amazed at how easily it allows your energy to unfold, how effortlessly you can enter into a better and better state of mind. Thanks for listening to today's episode. When you're ready to put these ideas to work in your own life, head over to thejoywithin.org and sign up for Happiness University. When you do, you'll have access to all of the tools and strategies you need to eliminate negative thoughts by tuning in to the Joy Within. You can follow a simple, step-by-step system to become the calm, confident, and happy person you deserve to be. Visit thejoywithin.org to get started today. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love, because I think we can all use a little more joy in our crazy modern world.